Spending this holiday season, but without busting your budget. We'll get some strategies from a financial expert coming up. The holiday shopping season is in full swing. The National Retail Federation estimates the average person will spend $900 for the holidays this year. And according to a NerdWallet survey, 10% of shoppers say they will likely need to use some of their emergency savings to buy holiday gifts. And 9% of shoppers say they'll prioritize gift giving over paying regular bills. Joining us now with some spending strategies is Jamie Hopkins, the Chief Wealth Officer from Bryn Mawr Trust. Thanks for being here, Jamie. When I said that using some of those emergency savings and paying for gifts as opposed to paying for bills, what goes through your mind as a financial advisor?
Yeah, two quick things go through my mind. One is it seems accurate to me, those stats. You know, I think the $900 one, too. It's probably about twice as much as people should be spending on holiday gifts. There's some, as a financial advisor, what you say is probably 1 to 2% of your earnings should go towards gifts throughout the year. People tend to spend closer to 3 to 4, so we kind of double do that. What happens when we double that up is it has to come from somewhere. So you either tap into emergency savings, you use credit for longer than you wanted to, or, as you saw, you might actually push off other bills that you really should be prioritizing.
So that's what people are doing. What should they be doing? What's a strategy that you would advise people to have at this point?
Yeah, I think around the holiday season, it's kind of a fun version to remember it, which is make your list and check it twice, kind of like Santa Claus, which is what do you want to spend on, how much, and then check yourself through the holiday season, because today people start buying presents earlier than they ever have before. You see people buying in August now, they say, for the holiday season. So a longer period means you can overspend a lot easier than a short time period of spending. So check it. If you're 2 weeks out from the end of the holiday season, go back and see how much have I spent. Should I really be spending anything more? Another one that I like to tell people when they're struggling with this is 1 in, 1 out. What that means is if you buy something for yourself or your family during the holiday season, what are you getting rid of at the same time? And that forces you to go through this kind of mental accounting of, do I have enough clothes? Do I have enough things? Because if I have to give something away each time I buy something, right? You might say, you know what, I really don't need it. That's a behavioral tool. It's not just a dollar tool, but it really makes you test, do I have what I need or my family needs? The last part is the debt management. We have to talk about that. You saw the stats. People are going to take on debt through the holidays. Two main approaches when you tackle debt is the snowball approach, which is, pay the minimum amount and then find the smallest account balance. Maybe you took out a new credit card at one of the stores when you were there. Maybe pay that one off first. So you kind of, like a snowball, deal with these small pieces at a time. Or the other version I'm a bigger fan of, we call it the avalanche approach, which is make your minimum payments but focus on that highest interest debt payment first. Because if you don't, that can turn into an avalanche over time and balloon out. So those are some of the things I'd say as tips as you head into the rest of this holiday season.
Yeah, if you're looking at your list right now and there's still people on it and you feel like you got to rush out and buy a bunch of stuff, what can you do to maybe you don't want to take anyone off that list. You want to keep everyone on it, but you just want to keep the total dollar amount down. What can you do? What would your advice be?
So this is something we actually do with our kids, and I love it. So we actually give them like activities and cards that they can get. So, one trip with dad to the coffee store. And so you're also not spending it right then. I will tell you, if you look at happiness on spending, people actually like time with other individuals. So if it's your brother, your sister, a family member, you can also give them something like that, like one free brunch with me, and that can push that off in the future. It can be a different type of event. So think creatively on this, right? That doesn't have to be something you spend today. And to be honest, most people enjoy that more than just buying a physical item. And so that's that trade-off of just trying to get it all done. But sometimes you can be creative. That's another way to do it.
Yeah, you could say, I'm going to take you to lunch, or we're going to go get manicures together or something like that for your mom, but maybe you do it in March.
Absolutely. And I think the card idea is interesting because a lot of people like unwrapping something, opening something. So you can still build that, put it in, give it to them, and it's kind of the one free coupon for that later on. And that can help with some of that spending.
All right. Great idea. All right. Thanks, Jamie. Jamie Hopkins, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on again, Lauren.
Yeah. What's next for Senator Bob Casey as he gets set to end